Hi guys, so today I want to speak about Children of Time, a fantastic book by Adrian Tchaikovsky. So it's the first one on this channel where I've talked about one particular book, unless it was one of my own books. I've tried to group books together before, or I did an author thing about Ursula Le Guin, but it's the first time I've done one book, and I think that's because it's quite a different kind of book. It's difficult to group it into other science fiction books. It's got its own style. This is it, Children of Time. It's massive in scale. It spans thousands of years, and it spans a whole expanse of space as well, because it's based around the idea. I mean, it's quite big as well to read. It's good 500 pages, but it's based around the idea that humanity is desperate. It has to find somewhere else to keep humans going and to colonize other planets. And it's in its desperate attempt, there's a scientist who develops a virus that can speed up intelligence or evolution. And the idea is this scientist thinks that they're going to put this virus on this planet they found for some monkeys to evolve unnaturally quicker down to this virus. Things don't really go to plan, and right at the beginning of the book, so I don't think it's much of a spoiler, it ends up with, on that planet, that spiders are the recipients of this evolution, and they become sentient. And basically the book goes between those two main stories: the story of the spiders evolving and their society being established, and how they have to deal with different aspects of their growth and the threats, and at the same time as that in the book, it's also tackling the way that humans manage to survive or not survive, and some of the things they have to deal with. And it all comes together because basically both those stories are kind of on a collision course, which you are aware of through the whole book, and you know that that's coming, and it's just absolutely brilliant, really brilliant. I haven't read a book that's been so ambitious and so easy to read as well. I mean, it's really well written, but it's also extremely accessible, and yeah, it's got hugely ambitious themes in it. So, for example, there's the theme of the future of humanity, so how humans stay alive, and that idea that because some of the characters in it have got other ideas about their kind of being morally ambiguous, so that keeps humanity alive, that clashes with some of the other characters that are saying that they can't do immoral things to keep humanity going and that kind of stuff. So that's kind of the ethics of terraforming as well is also tackled in it. There are religious themes in it because, well, in both stories actually, because the humans have to grapple with a god complex. The spiders do have this quite strong religious aspect to the society because they've had to define the thing they can see in the sky that they think created them, and it sort of goes beyond that. And that becomes an issue sociologically for them. That idea as well of the spiders having this complex society where they have to deal with things like gender politics as well is just so brilliantly done. The language is different as well, so the way the spiders communicate is complex but different to how humans communicate. So that's done really well as well. There is very clear that Adrian Tchaikovsky did some research. He says something in the acknowledgements as well about this. He must have done a lot of research about the way spiders and ants act, because he does bounce off that with the way that they behave when they're sentient, and what they use to communicate and what they use to manipulate the other species around them as well. So that's done really well. There's a sense that as the spiders develop and evolve, that Tchaikovsky is kind of like looking at humanity's history and seeing how that can relate to another species' growth and the way that societies evolve and that kind of stuff. So That's really well done as well, and you can see that running all the way through it. So besides these big themes like religion, the future of the species, civil war as a big theme running through the spider's evolution, as well as actually concurrently you've got the unrest and the distrust happening amongst the humans as well. But anyway, amongst all of those different themes, you've also got these great set pieces, these big action scenes as well. There's a fantastic one towards the beginning when there's a big clash between the main spider city and the ants, and that's done really well, and it's just very exciting to read, and it's just really interesting. You don't know where it's going because it's so unusual, and yeah, the way it finishes is really, really nice and kind of poetic, but also just brilliantly done. I couldn't recommend this enough. I couldn't recommend this enough. Children of Time, Adrian Tchaikovsky, an epic, interesting, ambitious, fun, thought-provoking book, basically about spiders becoming sentient.